Jigyasa, Aditi Mehrotra, and Dr. Shikha Gupta.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Amrita Vadha. I'm a homeopathic doctor practicing for the past 25 years, and I'm a very close friend of Dr. Jaspreet and Dr. Amit, and they invited me as a guest, and I'm very privileged to have attended this. Honestly speaking, in the morning I had this thought that how is it going to work for me in the sense that I am a practitioner, and I was thinking how is it related to my field. And today I got a perspective that all of us in our different fields have this responsibility towards Mother Nature, towards our environment, towards our children, that we have our role to play in whatever background we are in. And all the distinguished panelists who have attended this conference have enlightened me, have encouraged me, have reiterated the fact that we need to get back to the basics. We need to do our own bit for the environment. And as a suggestion, because sometimes these are just conferences where you feel only theoretical stuff is being discussed. So we would want to be more proactive in certain things, and like-minded people should get together and get into not just projects, and even at a very small level we can do whatever we can at our end. And I also feel that even in homeopathy we talk about being in balance with nature. Green is feminine and green is also balance. So we have to be in sync with the environment. And we've seen that during COVID times that we were at home and the environment was flourishing. We weren't flourishing, but the environment was flourishing. So it only goes to show as a light example where we were wrong and where we need to correct our mistakes. And also I feel that maybe at school levels where children are being educated about gadgets, they should be brought into life skills like gardening, like how to be in sync with the environment. I think that is a miss in a lot of school curriculums. So I've seen a lot of educators here, if you could incorporate something like that, that will also be on a practical sphere, it will help. So I'm very grateful to Amit and Jasbir for inviting me, and I had a very beautiful day today. Thank you so much.
So I'd like to invite Rinzing. Rinzing is the founder of Adapi Sikkim, a women-led luxury skincare brand inspired by biodiversity and traditions of Himalaya. After successful career sales and marketing, she returned to Sikkim to build a purpose-driven venture that blends heritage with innovation. Over to you.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. It's been a long day, but thank you so much Vicky for having me here today, and just being in a room full of all trailblazers, it's really an honor to be a part of this conclave. And just listening to all the conversations and talks today, what I realized is women are not just participating in green economy, we are redefining it. So across industries, what we've seen lately is women innovators are building businesses which are, which balances profit with purpose, creating solutions which are environmentally conscious, socially inclusive, and economically viable. And also, if we, in the recent times, if we look in India and globally, Women entrepreneurs are emerging in every sector. You know, you talk about waste management, clean energy, sustainable agriculture, wellness, and many more. And as the founder of Agapi Sikkim, our sustainable skincare brand, which is rooted in the Himalayas, sustainability is instinctive to us. You know, it's not just something that we learn in school, or it's not just something that becomes a trend. It is a part of who we are. And I'm so proud to say that I come from Sikkim, where we take sustainability so seriously that 1 liter plastic bottles are not allowed in the state. And also, kids are so conscious. My 5-year-old son, at the risk of being scolded at home or reprimanded, he comes back with his pocket full of all the toffee packets, the wrappers, and puts it in the dustbin. He ensures that it is not littered, around the town or in the bus or wherever he or she goes. So it is not just my son. I think every kid in Sikkim is conscious about what we are putting out there in the nature, because we've always lived with the nature. For us, nature is not something we've just started talking about or something we've just started preserving, looking at the global condition. It is something that it's a tradition that we've just followed. I remember my grandmom, for us everything has like a second life. Forget about second life, it has a third life, a fourth life. Even the plastic packets which carries milk, she would wash it and store it and use it for various purposes, like sending some food to somebody's house, we just pack it in that plastic. So it always had a longer shelf life. And sustainable businesses like ours, I feel it's not just an enterprise, but it's an entire ecosystem. Here we work with the farmers, we work with the producers, we ensure that our production process is sustainable, we ensure that our packaging is sustainable. And I was just, looking around the room today. We are there in this sustainable business, sustainable summit, but there are so many plastic bottles around. And what an irony, right? And I also became a part of it, and I just gulped down, 2 bottles of it without even thinking of it. So I think, we talk about the bigger mission, we talk about larger change that we can make, but I feel it is the small contribution that we take care of, which can, contribute to the bigger ecosystem that we're trying to create. And I think that's about it from my end. But Agapi Sikkim is a skincare brand which has been in existence for the past couple of years. And we have our first flagship store, and we've created this refill station where customers can come and engage in refilling it. It's not just about sustainability being a trend or something that a wall on the poster, a poster on the wall, but it is something where we see our consumers engaging in the practice of sustainability. And they feel so nice, They come with their own small dabbas and jars, they fill it up, they go back home, talk about it, and they come back again to, and they are so happy just being consciously, actively participating in the entire process. So I feel that the business is, the future of business is green, and women are at the forefront of it. So thank you.
Thank you. Now we'd like to invite Anushka Chaturvedi to share her thoughts. She is expert in yoga, based system that enable purpose-driven missions to scale, working at the intersection of operation and strategy, manage marketing funnels, streamline process, and develop professional relationship to support growth. So over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you to WICCI for giving me this platform to share my thoughts over here, and thank you to all of you who have taken out your time to be here today. It has been such a privilege to listen to everybody and their thoughts, their suggestions, their knowledge, their experiences, and it is my belief that we are here today not just to discuss green economy or sustainable development. We are here to discuss a paradigm shift that goes from an extractive economy to a restorative one. An extractive economy is one that takes from nature, from individuals, from communities, and leaves them depleted. A restorative one is one that gives back. And this change, this shift can come from women-led enterprises, women innovators, who recognize that individual health is related to the health of the planet. In order to understand this further, we must look at ecofeminism and the principles of ecofeminism, as scholars like Dr. Vandana Shiva and Maria Mais have told us over time that the modern economic and industrial practices are based on systems which can be which can be termed as mechanical reductionism. These are systems which reduce nature to being a resource and individuals to being a unit of production, a standardized unit of production. The system also ignores the sanctity and the value of the feminine principle, the value of nurturing, of holistic well-being, holistic thinking, of ancestral wisdom and intuition. So when we look at green economy and green jobs, we are essentially rejecting this reductionism and going back to the feminine principle, um, which allows us to give importance to the knowledge and the traditions that we hold sacred over time and to bring them and to apply them into the mainstream, whether it is the work that we at my organization do by promoting research in yoga, gender studies and ecology, whether it is the practice of sustainable living that we teach people that we call inspired living, whether it is the outreach ventures that we do, although we don't consider it outreach, we consider it a part of our work, that is tree plantation, afforestation. All of these require valuing and centering of ancient wisdom, knowledge and tradition, which give respect to nature, to all elements of nature, whether plants, animals, human beings, and all human beings, not just those in power. Um, Green economy is also something which allows people to live better while they are earning money, because the focus is not just on earning money. It shows a shift from just producing things, uh, just doing labor because you're employed and because you're being paid for it, but it takes from people's own creativity. So it then becomes a expression of environmental nurturing and culture of people. Whether it is weaving textiles, whether it is engaging in organic farming, in sustainable agriculture, all of these ways of work are a form of empowerment for women, especially for women, but marginalized communities also. And generally, the pioneers of these changes occur in developing countries. India is one of those hubs where non-profits, where self-help groups, where microfinance institutions provide support to these change makers. And so, I will conclude by saying that whenever you get the chance to be a part of such a self-help group or a non-profit, or even in your daily life, please adopt these changes, imbibe the feminine principle, so that we move on to a better world where we recognize that every empowered woman is a step forward to a better, healthier, more healed world. Thank you.
Thank you. Now coming to the next speaker, Jigyasa Tandon. Jigyasa Tandon is a counseling psychologist, mental health educator, researcher, author, and social entrepreneur working at intersection of psychology, media, education, and community engagement. So over to you, Jigyasa.
Good evening to all the dignitaries. Actually, I have to first clarify that I am Ms. Preena Tandon. I'm an advocate, and I am stepping in for my sister who could not be present today. But I'm actually so privileged that I got the opportunity to attend on her behalf, because I got to listen from such diverse perspectives. And I was thinking when I was listening to all these conversations that how we as women have innovated such different strategies and perspectives to take care of our motherhood. But when we take care of our Mother Earth, we should not stop there, and we should also look inward and take care of our mother mind. Because that is the CPU of our life and our body, and we should, you know, take care of it and think of sustainable ways where we can grow it. So as a part of our organization, I am the co-founder of Sci-Fi for our mental health. We have been trying to work with people, with communities, with corporations to create opportunities which are sustainable, because green jobs doesn't mean that only creating resources which are sustainable or environmentally friendly, but sustainable also means mentally and psychologically sustainable, where we do not keep using our mind and extracting resources from it, because we do not give enough time for our mind to replenish ourselves. Just like we keep digging to the earth and looking for oil and other resources, we don't give enough time to our mind to replenish ourselves, and which leads to burnout, which leads to exhaustion, which leads to frustration in jobs and emotional and mental deterioration. So we need to work towards it, and green jobs in a way I also say is about creating harmony, it's about creating balance, it's about creating calmness of our mind and calmness of our nature, and together we can work together to create such jobs. So I would not speak much on my sister's behalf because she would have loved to speak more, but I am going to conclude it here.
Thank you very much, thoughts. So I'd like to invite Aditi Mehrotra. Aditi Mehrotra is public health nutritionist and postgraduate degree in food and nutrition, a two-time gold medalist and multiple award recipient. She has over 30 years of experience working with private sectors and NGOs. Over to you, Aditi.
Thank you so much. So far, I have been a backbencher. I was selected as the state president in Delhi, and I don't think I've ever had the opportunity to meet all these empowering women in person. So thank you so much for organizing this. And today I'm here after listening to so many voices, so many stories, so many different vision, mission. I can just about think of the way everybody has spoken about Mother Nature, Earth, and green is feminine. To me, I think green is feminine doesn't mean that green belongs to the women, but more so, I think the qualities are just the same as that of a woman. We are life givers, we are resilient, and we are empowering. We take care of others. So I'd like to narrate to you a story which I only, as a child, it is my own story. So what had happened was that we had a huge backyard. We had a huge courtyard full of it was like a mini orchard. And as a kid, I used to fall sick very often because I would have low immunity. And my grandfather and my grandmother especially, she was a very wise woman, a Stipendиan she studied economics at that time, and the other grandmother of mine, she did her PhD under C.V. Raman. So they were women, they said that go out, even if you're not well, just go out, hug trees, and that is what we've been speaking about here. So I had a 3 or 4 guava trees, in the backyard, and I would go jump on the tree and all, and they always said that the tree is going to give you back. So just go out there, no infection, nothing, you just enjoy yourself. And lo and behold, I would pluck the guavas, eat it, they were rich in vitamin C, and they cured me of and gave me a lifelong immunity. And it was then that a dietitian was budding inside of me, and I knew that this is going to be my profession. So I started out my career as a diet consultant, and in my SWOG clinic, I would have many of my patients walk in, and at that time I realized that curative is very difficult. Why not go preventative? So I went into preventive nutrition, and I said the best place to start is the schools. So I run a school nutrition program in the name of Ani's Fit Kids, and I've impacted more than, I guess, millions of students and across 1,400 or 1,500 children. And what I'm basically wanting to do is empower them with so much of information that I don't have to tell them that eat this, eat that. We empower them with the choices they can make, which are good not only for them but for the planet as well. So even a child, and I think just before us, Rupal spoke about the young, influencers. So I am making 100 such influencers. When I go into the schools, I make sure that they are the young leaders, they are the voices. So we just run our school nutrition program, and that is what I want you to, in fact, mention here also. If anybody is connected to any school, we are doing this Harit Taru series, which is like free of cost. We go into the schools and we empower them with a lot of green activities. So if anybody is connected, do give me the lead so that I can approach and make a mark in many other millions of lives of children. So thank you so much. And thank you so much for this beautiful pearl of string. It is like a memento. I'm taking, all of us are beautiful pearls and we are strung together. So this will be a reminder. Thank you.
Soul sisters.
So nice. Thank you.
And I like to invite Dr. Shikha Gupta. Dr. Shikha Gupta is an academician with 15 years of experience in teaching, consulting and mentoring. She serves as Associate Professor in Department of Management at MERI Group of Institution and coordinates value-added courses and SWAYAM MOOC programs. So over to you, Dr. Shikha Gupta.
Thank you so much, all of you. And I know it's a post-lunch session, must be difficult, I can see on your faces. So I'll make it simple. Just look at my surname. It's Gupta, it's Bania. And you all know, we have been taught since our childhood to save, right? And to invest. And being the finance faculty on the top of it, now you can understand. So daily in every lecture, we are dealing with, on an average, 50 to 60 students. And if I are taking lecture, 4 or 5 lectures in a day, you can understand the impact as an individual we can create, right? So on our own pace, we are doing it, definitely. But I'll just share a small incident, how I always connect with my students. Like we all have done balance sheets, right? In balance sheets, there are 2 sides. So I always say to this my students that you have to divide your life into 2 categories, left side and right side. Debit and credit will not be common to all of you. One side is your good karma and one side is your bad karma. So good karma is what I have done good. Marks ki baat nahi kar rahe hain. We are talking about good deeds. It could be planting a tree. It could be using one-side paper. It could be using glass bottle. It could be putting a bin to the right place. And it could be educating the next one. It could be anything. Every small steps count, which we are also listening since morning. But my request to all of you is to guide the next one also. We are doing it great, but we have to impart the next generation also. So that one day our Delhi can also become Sikkim. Right? And the second side is the bad karma. So it could be using multiple phones as we have discussed in the morning session. It could be anything. And you won't believe, consciously or subconsciously we are doing it. Right? Ma'am completely agrees with me. Aarti ma'am also mentioned this thing. So every small steps on our side is important. And I request all the ladies present here, we are performing multiple roles in our lives. We are professionals. My friend asked me, ma'am, आपने बहुत बड़ा script लिखा है. मैं कहा मैं इसमें से कुछ भी पढ़ने वाली नहीं हूँ. These are one-sided pages. So it is the policy. I always ask my daughter, जब भी वो एक पेज खाली छोड़ती है नोटबुक में, I said, मानो one page waste कर दिया आपने. One tree was wasted. I always insisted her this thing since her childhood. Trust me. वो कहती है मम्मा आप सच में बहुत कंजूस हो. Be it, let it be. She thinks like that. It's not about wasting the resources or saving on the bills. If there's no one in the room, we can turn off the lights, we can turn off the fans. And we have to repeatedly say this thing to all the people. It could be our neighbors, it could be our kids, it could be our students, it could be anyone in your office. But trust me, one day it will impact, because whenever I go to any place with a cold weather and I see the AQI is 20, You won't believe the smile on my face. It is on my Instagram story. That yes, this is a luxury for which we are going there. Otherwise, if we have AQI 20 in Delhi, who would go to Manali? So with this, I rest my words. Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks a lot, all the speakers, and I request Dr. Amit Puri to please felicitate the speakers.